Now folks, we're on our way to a shop, a Royal Enfield shop, and Royal Enfield fans may know which shop I'm heading to. I've done quite a bit of reading of the handbook. Some of it contradicts other bits of it, which is pretty much like the CGT or Smelly handbook. The running, first of all, very similar speeds to Smelly. It tells you all sorts of maximum speeds, I presume they're maximum, for the different gears, up to 300 miles and then up to 1200 miles, which is the full running period. And that's very similar to Smelly, except the conversions from kilometres to miles in the handbook near enough spot on now. Off the top of my head, I'm not supposed to go more than 9.3 miles an hour in first, and then that goes up gradually, and the maximum I can do is 37.6 in fifth. So we're going to go off to the shop, but we're not going via motorway for obvious reasons. So it's going to be a bit hairy for the first, I don't know, 4 or 5 miles. I suppose the easiest way to remember is 40 mile an hour in top max. Essentially I'm short shifting. There is no mention of RPMs in the running instructions, so I'm going to go for about 3,000, which seems to be just under 40 mile an hour on the analog clock. I have noticed that the clock itself for time is in AM, not PM. What else? Well, technically this is the most modern motorbike I've ever had. Now why? Why? Really? Oh no. Well, for the fact is, it's got an ambient temperature sensor, and none of the other bikes I've ever had that. So as you can imagine, it's pretty hairy on this road, but we've only got to do a few miles. We've got to fill up with petrol, and then we'll fiddle about with a few knobs and bits and bobs. I'll go into the more details of what it's got in regards, you know, modes, you know, this, that and t'other. I think when I stop and do a bit of a walk around, if you like. A bit eager to get out, of course. It's a reasonable day. Sun's out, a bit cloudy in part, but sun's out. The tank holds about 15.5 litres in total, and again, that's his plus or minus half a litre. Yeah, it's just a shade under 3.5 gallon, give or take a bit. So folks, those who have been watching some of the stuff on the Facebook page, that's the Travels with Dirty Harry, T4 and SMLE or Smelly Facebook page, travel page for bikes and Land Rovers, all bikes and Land Rovers and Range Rovers. If you've got any other 4-wheel drives, do your own. Ha! Yeah, there's been a few routes out on Smelly of late because the weather's improved, and in one of them I think I started it, or very near to started it, a place called Bell End. Well, this is Bell End. On the left there is the Bell End pub, or the Bell, but this is Bell End. So have a giggle whilst I get some go-go juice. Putting the fuel in same as Smelly, open it with the key, pops up, key stays in, push down, spins round, releases the key.